Trevor Lawrence, the projected number 1 overall pick for this year's draft, has been told by many pundits that he should refuse to play for the New York Jets if they were to receive number 1 overall pick. However, we want to know, should Trevor Lawrence decide to go back for his last year at Clemson, or should he declare for the draft for this upcoming season? Let's eat.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Edwin, aka King Jaloff, and I'm back again, guys. We have some interesting news, not breaking news, but some interesting news, because I've been hearing about this for days now. It's about to turn into weeks, possibly, but days. I'm hearing Trevor Lawrence name in our conversation, because New York Jets, we're trash right now, obviously, but, I'm hearing that he should refuse to play for the New York Jets if we somehow get the number 1 overall pick for this year's draft. Oh my goodness. I'm upset. But guys, if you don't know right now, this will be a football video, so sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. All right, so listen here, guys. First, I heard Roddy White talking about if Trevor Lawrence declares for the NFL draft, or he should actually not declare and go back for his last year, his senior year at Clemson, because he is a junior right now. He should find a way to go back to his last year at Clemson if the New York Jets get the number 1 overall pick. Roddy, bruh, what are you talking about, man? You should know more than anyone else, right? Because you played in the league. You should know how quickly things could change in one season, right? Because I know that the Atlanta Falcons weren't the big shots when you were playing with them. So for you to say that, that's terrible. I'm hearing Stephen A. Smith, a guy who I really admire. I'm hearing this guy say the New York Jets are not fit for Trevor Lawrence, which people will say, I don't care. But they will say, he's saying that Trevor Lawrence should decide to either refuse, pull an Eli Manning, and refuse to play for us if he declares for the NFL draft, or he should go back to Clemson for his last season. That's terrible. Listen, Trevor Lawrence, transcendent QB. I'm not going to lie, right? I haven't heard Trevor Lawrence or this much hype about Trevor Lawrence coming out of college for a QB since Andrew Luck. That was 2012, right? Everyone else has followed and they've had some good hype, but I really haven't heard too much about it. I think that Trevor Lawrence is what Andrew Luck was at the time in terms of him having little to no weaknesses, right? And having that it factor to change around the franchise. So Trevor Lawrence, all he is known is winning, right? 31-1 with his only loss coming in the championship game against LSU. This guy, he's pretty much a baller. He knows how to win, right? 17 touchdowns this season, 2 interceptions. This guy's playing lights out. He's a baller. But let me ask Stephen A. Smith, Roddy White, right? Why are they making it seem like the New York Jets are the worst team? Because we're projected to finish last season, right? So we have a strong projection to have the number 1 overall pick, 55% chance last time I checked. But why are they making it seem like we are the worst team to have the number 1 overall pick for this upcoming draft, as opposed to the other teams that had the number 1 overall pick the last couple of years? I mean, seriously, what is going on? I know we are a bad franchise. We're a bad organization at the moment, but all it takes sometimes is for one player to come through and change the whole culture. I'm not talking about just like the from a playing standpoint about how he could play great for the New York Jets in the Jets uniform. I'm talking about the type of buzz that he would receive, the hype that he would generate for the franchise in itself. Remember, it's not really the same thing, but who were the Cavaliers before LeBron James came? No one. Who were they when he was on the team? It was somewhat of a team, right? Went to the finals. That's what happens. What happened when he left? No one again. Who were the Chicago Bulls before MJ came? No one. Now, obviously, Trevor Lawrence is not these guys, and it's not football, right? It's not basketball at this sense. But I'm just saying that this is the type of hype that Trevor Lawrence is generating right now that can change a franchise around. And so when I see the likes of these guys saying that he should just outright refuse to play for us because we were bad. Listen, What team in the NFL that had number one overall pick wasn't a battle franchise? Let me hear it. Which team in the NFL didn't have seemed like they didn't have a future? Let me hear it. Because it's obvious that they're just saying that we have no future, that we've been trashed for this long, we have no future. I've seen plenty of organizations have terrible seasons, and I've never heard not one time that these franchises are not worthy enough for the QBs coming out of college to come play for them. Never heard one time. Never. And now I'm hearing it with the New York Jets. Now, I'm not trying to be biased here, obviously, because I do think that if Trevor Lawrence comes from Clemson to us right now, he's definitely going to lose. Like, this guy will experience losing right off the bat. Might not happen, might happen, I don't know. But listen, guys, seriously, let's go back to Andrew Luck, right? Andrew Luck was a transcendent talent. 11-5 seasons, right? 11-5 seasons, and it just took too long to build an offensive line around him, which is why he ended up retiring, because he received so much beating that he just couldn't take it anymore. But he came and changed that whole franchise around. We want to go back to the wild card game against the Chiefs at one point. What willed them to come back and win that game? Andrew Luck. He had the it factor, and that's why he's a transcendent QB, or at least he was before he retired. The Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns has some talent, right? But they've been historically bad. They're probably the worst franchise in the NFL to date. No one told, Baker Mayfield, it's kind of different, right? Because he was a senior. But no one told Baker Mayfield to refuse to play for the Cleveland Browns if they get number one overall pick. That's just stupid. That's stupid. Who were the Bengals? Look, last year the Bengals were 0-11. They were 0-11. We're 0-7 right now, and we're hearing this talk. Last year the Bengals went 0-11. Now, I'm not saying that we can't go 0-11. It's possible. Obviously, it's possible. But they were 0-11, and they got their first one against us. I didn't hear anyone say that Joey Burrow should refuse to play for the Bengals if they get them one overall pick, which they did. So I can think about worse organizations in worse states, like the Cardinals. Who were they before Kyler Murray came? You want to talk about a bad organization? How do you draft Josh Wilson after one season, and then you draft another QB the next season with your first overall pick? That to me is terrible. That's saying a lot. It's saying a lot. It really is. So I'm just saying that we can't just come out and say that Trevor Lawrence should automatically refuse to play for the New York Jets if we get the number one overall pick, because that's just absurd. A lot of things could change in one season, right? The culture can change. The players can change. Adam Gase is almost certainly to be gone after this season. So why can't we have something to look forward to in the future? He could be that guy that once we get that building block, because obviously right now Sam Darnold, he's not playing too well. He's not playing too well at all. He's playing pretty average. He's been in the league for 3 seasons, and I get it. We haven't really built around him for him to have a proper chance, because I was rooting for Sam Darnold. I still kind of am. But we look at Adam Gase, he's not the perfect guy to help Sam Darnold. And we look at the pieces around him. Seriously, Chris Hogan as your receiver, bro. Frank Gore as your running back. Like, what are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that? It's just old goods. But anyways, so he's almost certainly to be traded this season. And that would obviously open up room for Trevor Lawrence to come in and potentially be our number one QB, our guy that we've been searching for a long time. So things could change. The only guy who has said something sensible about this topic is Tim Tebow. And you know what he said? He said that Trevor Lawrence should find out how the team that has the number one overall pick will use him, which is the best thing I've heard so far. Seriously, Trevor Lawrence, he has the opportunity to find out how we will use him if we were to get the number one overall pick. Because it's obvious that we are a bad organization at the moment. But that's not to say that we're going to be bad next season. Well, we might be, because the Bengals are a bad organization right now. They're a bad team right now, but they have some hope because they have Joey Burrow. Why can't that be the same situation with Trevor Lawrence and a Jets uniform for next season if it were to happen? I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it were to happen, why can't it be that case? You get what I'm saying? So you have Tim Tebow saying that find out what they're going to do to get the best out of you, right? So That could be a lot of ways. And if he says that, okay, I don't like what they're going to do, I don't like how the organization is run right now, that's up to him. And he has the opportunity to either refuse to play for us if he ends up playing for the draft, or he could just go back to Clemson for one more year. Doesn't matter, but find out what works best for you. Don't just outright say no because we're looking bad right now. What team that had number 1 overall pick didn't look bad the previous season? I mean, come on. Like, what are we going off of here? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Who were the 49ers before Jimmy Garoppolo came, right? Kyle Shanahan went 2-14. People forget this. Kyle Shanahan went 2-14 without his starting QB. And then next year they go to Super Bowl. Why? Because Jimmy Garoppolo is back. All it takes is one guy sometimes to change the franchise around. And that's what I'm trying to convey here, that these guys, I'm surprised that Stephen A. Smith's come out here saying that he should just outright say no. Pull an Eli Manning. Are you crazy, fam? Are you mad? What type of nonsense is that? Come on, man. Come on. Listen, if you are Trevor Lawrence, all I have to say to you is look at what can happen. Look at what's possible. I'm not trying to make a case for my team saying that he should just come out of the draft, because obviously we're in a bad state right now. So I'm not going to, obviously I would want that to happen too, but I'm not going to be biased here and say that he should come to us. I'm just saying he should weigh in his options. His options shouldn't just be straight off, no, I don't want to come and play for the New York Jets, because that's stupid. That to me is it's a dumb decision to make. It's not about, because if you were to go back to Clemson for one more year, he would probably be the number 1 overall pick in the next season again, because that's how good he is. This guy is that good. So it doesn't really matter what he does. But I'm saying it matters of how he goes about the situation. Because right now, we're in a bad state. The New York Jets are in a bad state. But a lot can change. We're going to get a new head coach, because Adam Gase is almost certainly to be gone after this season. So we're going to get a new head coach. Joe Douglas is going to have a second off season to build around this team, build around whoever is the QB at that point. So a lot can change. We can get new players, new foundational pieces. We can't just write us off like that. You just can't. But anyways, guys, that's all that we have for this video. I don't know who ate. I'm going to say I ate today, because I'm going to look back at this video and I'm going to see the knowledge that I was saying. I hope. The knowledge that I was saying about Trevor Lawrence and the New York Jets, and when he declares for the NFL draft this season, and when the New York Jets are almost certainly projected to finish with the number 1 overall pick this season, and we draft him, I want to hear all the pundits come out and say what they said a couple months before, right? Let's see what happens when we draft my guy, Trevor Lawrence, because I'm all in right now. I'm all in. Tank for Trevor, baby. Let's go. Anyways, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the video, to the channel. And always remember, as I grow, we grow together. Stay tuned for the next video. Boop.